Welcome to the Conscious Radio Network's YouTube channel. Become enlightened, have fun, and tell all your friends and family to share with everyone they know. You can find us on Facebook and stay up to date on our Facebook group, or find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Our podcast can be found on Libsyn, iHeart, Spotify, Google Podcast, and more. Most of all, remember to go to our official website at consciousradionetwork.com for podcasts, posts, future shows, and scheduling. We also want to welcome our international audience. Don't stop now and join the community. Subscribe today.
This is the Conscious Radio Network.
Oh, good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be on this spaceship we call Earth. Welcome to Conscious Radio Network's weekly live series, The Weekly Seance. I'm your host, Reverend Dr. Paul Mackis. Please don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, like, share, comment, and also do not forget, let me go to that window and show you guys. Please do not forget to go to our exclusive The Rumble channel, uncensored, brand new. Like I said, uncensored. So coming soon, a lot more content. So for our paid sponsor, one of our frequent listeners and avid authors here is My Journey as a Gray Hybrid by author Gloria Haas. Is a fascinating and compelling read. It covers many of the patterns of contact from extraterrestrials and is a significant disclosure of the reality we are not alone, but part of this cosmic family. It's a disclosure from the ground up. My Journey as a Gray Hybrid is available on Amazon, Kindle, paperback, and hardcover formats. Go to Amazon Books and search for this book from Gloria Haas. Now, tonight, we want to welcome Tom Paladino. Are we finally in that era of quantum healing, converging science and spirituality? Holistic medical expert, scalar energy researcher, and humanitarian, Tom Paladino joins us tonight to discuss his work and research on this fundamental life source found everywhere in the world, space, and the universe. It originates from the sun and the stars. Chi, prana, om, mana, life force, pyramid energy, or 0 point energy are synonymous terms for scalar energy. Let's welcome to the show, for the first time, welcome, Tom. How you doing?
Thank you. Good evening. Great to be here. Thanks for the invite.
You are very welcome. How before we start this off, how did you get into this? What sparked your interest into this field?
Now, I was an avid reader, and I was reading Tesla at a very young age. Tesla was the one who really prompted my interest. And later in his life, Tesla was working with what we call radiant energy or scalar energy. Well, that's the energy of consciousness. That's the energy that is really responsible for so many, what I would call supernatural events. We can explain the supernatural by way of scalar energy. It's a different dimension.
Yeah. I've always been enthused with Nikola, especially when even before I got into electrical engineering or electricity. But then I started studying a lot more of his stuff, and it's stuff is wild. And there's a lot of stuff that we're still yet to know about him. So
You're right.
So now I also got your website and stuff like that up to also share. But explain what scalar energy is.
It's radiant energy. It's the free energy of the cosmos. So what Tesla discovered is that there was a all-pervasive energy. He called it radiant energy. Sometimes I'll call it radiant energy or scalar energy. It's the energy of the sun and the stars. It's that simple. If you look at the cosmos, what are the cosmic forces? What drives the cosmos? What drives the sun and the stars? It's scalar energy. Why is that important? It's free energy. It's the fundamental energy of the universe. Why do we want to study it? We want to imitate a sun and a star. That's what Tesla wanted to do. He wanted to bring us free energy from the sun and the stars. Why drill for oil? Why drill for natural gas when you can access a sun or a star? I'd much rather have sun energy than oil.
Yeah. And that was around the time that the Wardenclyffe was shut down, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah, Wardenclyffe was one of Tesla's scalar energy towers in Long Island, New York. He demonstrated a number of times that he could send energy, wireless energy, and illuminate light bulbs. So it was a free energy tower that he demonstrated. Why aren't we using that? Well, powers that be did not want it.
Yeah. Got to have oil.
They want to profit. Free energy is anathema to the robber barons.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, we suppose that this would have been also the energy that the ancients tapped into with to help the construction of the pyramids.
Yeah. Many times, if you look at a pyramid, just the construction alone is mind-boggling. And then many people have reported a different series of events in a pyramid as compared to an electromagnetic event. Meaning what? The scalar energy resides in a pyramid. The reason you have these anomalies with pyramids is because it's a scalar energy environment. It's not an electrical environment. So many of these pyramids today are gigantic capacitors, if you will, for the sun. It's a reservoir for the sun. They are scalar energy instruments.
Yeah, with that much surface space, it can capture all that energy, more energy. Yeah.
And the fact that it's a pyramid, then you set up what is known as the double helix. Scalar energy is a double helix. So at a specific angle, those pyramids not only capture the cosmic forces, but they allow it to accrete to that point of forming a double helix, a double spiral.
Yeah.
A lot of geometry to it, and it works. You cannot turn on a computer you cannot turn your computer on with scalar energy. You can turn a pyramid on with scalar energy. So what am I getting at? There's two energies. And what we use today is really passé. Scalar energy should be in the norm. It's not. We use electricity, which is the worn out energy, the inferior energy. We should go back in time and we should use the primal energy, the free energy. That's the energy of the pyramid. Yeah. Not the energy of the car or the computer or the airplane.
It's like we're still using the candle.
Yeah, it really is. Unintended. We're still in the dark. Tesla demonstrated free energy devices.
Yeah, I've always felt that way.
He demonstrated it. How many times do we need to redo this?
Yeah, and I've always felt that way. I've always felt that we've been held back. We're about I'd say probably 100 years held back because of for a technology that's been given to us even before Tesla. But yeah, there's so many other energy sources out there other than the stuff they're trying to propose today. Like the type of solar is not exactly efficient. Wind, yeah. But scalar energy, yeah.
And there have been other inventors who've worked with scalar energy. So what is my point? Imagine this energy that's everywhere. You just have to tap into it. That an energy that could carry a signal that we could converse with, or we could use this for telecommunications. Free energy to power our homes. Energy that we could use in wellness, quantum wellness. Energy that would allow us to levitate, to create anti-gravity platforms.
Yeah.
On and on and on it goes. So everything we do with the electromagnetic spectrum is passé. And you bring in this new spectrum of energy, this new way of doing things, it will change the world. This technology will change the world.
Yeah. I'm just making sure. Here we go. Hold on. I was just making sure we were streaming. Come on. Here we go.
Yeah, thank you.
Because I only see like one person on the thing, but I guess we only got one person watching right now.
That's fine. That's fine. That's all we need. And eventually the word will get out, and we will have many people who will participate in this type of technology.
Yeah. Because this is the type of topic and type of stuff that I want to touch on and move and do more of and more of and more of, because we got to get the word out there. We need people to stand up and go, and inventors, because I know this upcoming generation of kids and millennials and Generation X and stuff like that. I know we got some brainiacs there that want that know that the possibility of free energy.
Yeah, the possibility.
Yeah.
Had we have listened to Tesla, now just imagine, people, we would not be in an energy crisis, nor would there be a carbon footprint. Now, what do I mean? Well, again, scalar energy is from the sun and the stars. Tesla developed a car that ran on scalar energy, free energy, that was pollution-free, no combustion engine. Tesla was able to illuminate light bulbs at a distance. Tesla saw that we could transport ourselves with this type of anti-gravity. Now, all of the encumbrances that we experience today, and all of the drawbacks with modern day technology, much of that could be overcome, surmounted by this new paradigm. Why are we not doing it? Why don't we just follow in the footsteps of Tesla? Well, I'm one inventor, I'm one discoverer, I'm one scientist that says we should revisit all of this. And I've made a career out of that.
Now, where are you? I've seen some pictures of the labs and stuff like that on your website, and some of your, I believe, on the Facebook page. Right now, because I see a lot of stuff about healing the human body and stuff like that. Yes. Where are you now in your research? Yeah,
I've advanced to the point where I can look in the quantum field. All of my work is quantum field. Let me make this very clear. When I work with people in the quantum field, I work with their photograph. This is the new era, people. This is the new way of thinking. We don't work with the physical body. We work with the energetic body. And how do I access the energetic body? Through a photograph. Now, we're obviously having a conference call. Yeah. And you're not in my office, but your image comes to me by way of video. We're streaming. Well, likewise, a photograph allows me to stream to that person. So it's an energetic presence. And when I work with people, it's not biological, it's energetic. I can look at the energy of your photograph, and I can correct the energy of your photograph. I can correct your holographic double. So a photograph is your bilocated version of your holographic double. And I can correct a disease pattern in your holographic field.
So the photo acts as a gateway.
Yes, precisely. It's the gateway to the quantum realm.
Yeah.
Now, people from around the world send me photographs, so I can access them through that quantum realm, just as you and I are accessing one another through the video realm. Well, if you can do that with video streaming, you can do that with a photograph. And I'm able to look at somebody's microbes. Again, a photograph is your holographic double. Yeah. Let's say I had the hepatitis virus, I could access the hepatitis virus and destroy it.
Whoa.
I do that all by way of a photograph. So, 200 years ago, people would have scoffed and say, well, how can two men have a conversation through a computer screen?
Yeah.
Reverend's not in my office. I'm not in his office. How are we having this banter, this exchange? Well, we're doing this by way of technology. It's streaming. Yeah. Well, now the new technology allows us to take a look at a person and stream to a person, so to speak, look at the photograph. But in this case, we can destroy a virus or we can destroy a toxin.
Wow. That is awesome.
Yeah. Now, how do I prove that? I'll give the audience, I'll pique everybody's interest. I've been working with clinics around the world. This is a photograph of a clinic in Delhi, India. We've worked with over 5,000 people at this HIV clinic. It's called Om Prakash. Om Prakash. And after working with these people, nobody has a viral load for HIV.
Whoa.
Because I can look at their holographic field. I can look at their quantum field. I can access their energy state. Then I can identify the HIV virus and destroy it. I can only do that in the holographic field. You can't do that through any type of electrical instrument.
Yeah, you can't do it for. Can you do it through telephone? You have to have an image.
I have to have an image. It has to be something on either a film or a video or a piece of paper, a print.
Yeah.
But as long as I have a person's image, which is their holographic double or their bilocated version, I can pinpoint a virus, in this case, the HIV virus, and destroy it.
Wow. Now this.
What's the upshot? Well, if 5,000 people tell me they feel fine, and those who've had a follow-up PCR test, there's no viral load for HIV.
Yeah. Huh. Let me put up your website there. Now this begs the question: have you been attacked yet by, I wouldn't say competitors, but they are competitors, pharmaceutical industry, government, going, you need to step aside?
Yeah. On all those nefarious forces that don't work for the people or honor God. No, for two reasons. God protects me. And secondly, what I'm doing has never been defined.
Oh.
There is no law.
Yeah.
How can there be a law when you can't even recognize what I'm doing? There is no definition what I'm doing. In other words, a photograph carries an image. Okay. Well, define that. Legally define that. Nobody can. Nor will they be able to, unless they follow my research.
Yeah, yeah.
So, to use the expression, those nefarious forces are in the dark.
Oh yeah, they're blind.
They're blind. Yeah. They're blinded. They don't see the truth.
Yeah, we know that now, especially in this time of age, this day and age. You also wanted to share too on that I got on the live chat. You were offering a 15-day free Scalar Light session for our audience tonight. So any of those that are watching now, you can go to his website www.scalarlight.com, SCALARLIGHT.com, and you get 15 days of free Scalar Light sessions. But let me bring up your website really quick here. That way people know what to look for. So when you stumble on this what you're looking for here. And
thank you so much. Why do we do that? We want everybody in the world to experience this groundbreaking technique. Now, the instruments that I've created are unique. I don't think anybody's duplicated my work. So how do I introduce this to mankind? Through a trial, a 15-day experience, free, no questions asked. And if enough people, if we eventually have critical mass here and we have thousands of people try this free healing session, then people will start talking. By word of mouth, the story will carry itself. Now, why do I say that? What's the point here? Well, I think it's rather obvious to your audience. It's obvious to the host that the powers that be are not helping me. Now, this should be headline news, and it's not.
Oh, yeah.
So, how do I introduce this? By a free trial. Why? So that people can experience the benefits. And then by word of mouth, people can share this. That's my goal.
Yeah. Now, are you training as well? Or you have like apprentices and stuff like that?
Right. Not yet. Not yet.
Disciples, so to speak.
Nobody stepped forward to make that commitment. This is a lifetime of commitment. This is a matter of not only engineering and research and hard work, but you've got to be able to eloquently present this. So as a new science, I have no followers, at least not at the present moment.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
In other words, Reverend, there's no paycheck. Now, I'm not disparaging anybody, but there's no industry here.
Yeah.
You can't make a living doing this. To me, this has been a labor of love throughout my life.
And it's a gift from God.
Yes, it is.
It's nature. It's a gift from God, and he wants you to do this.
Yes.
This is something that he wanted Tesla to do the stuff he did. So, Yeah. And
It's my responsibility. And if God gave me the wisdom, I have to carry through.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. So how does scalar energy transmute the matter?
Yeah.
Explain that.
I studied under an inventor. His name was Hieronymus, the Hieronymus family. And the long and short of it is this: the Hieronymus used to use the term binding energy, meaning scalar energy held together would bind something, would hold something together. Now,
Yeah.
I concur. So scalar energy will serve as the covalent bonds, the hydrogen bonds to hold together matter. Let's say we're looking at a virus. In a virus, the DNA is held together by hydrogen bonds. Well, if you negate or you break apart those hydrogen bonds, the virus falls apart. So in phase, you can create DNA. Out of phase, you can break down the DNA.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. I take my instrument out of phase, reverse phase. I can send energy into my quantum field, my holographic field. I can disassemble the hydrogen bonds in the quantum field. And the result is the HIV virus or any virus falls apart.
Yeah.
It's very simple. It's very straightforward. When you're working with a fundamental force, you have control over nature. Indeed, I have control over nature. And this is what I've established.
Wow.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
Most of what you just said, I get it. I mean, I remember I can't redo some of these equations that I had to use trig for through electrical engineering.
Yes.
By having to find out your power factors and your sine wave and changing the power factor, and I'm seeing it in my mind, and I definitely get it, and it's just this is a technology. I don't necessarily call it a technology. Yes, it's a technology from the universe. It's a technology from God. We're all surrounded by this.
Yes.
It's everywhere.
Yes.
It's just we got to learn how to harness this.
Yes.
Now, do you see a future that in our lifetime or maybe shortly after where this is going to just be
the norm?
The norm.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Once this catches on, and once enough people say this is real, this is beneficial, then people will come to me. They'll come to other scalar energy researchers, and a movement will start. We haven't seen that movement yet. We're still on the launch pad, so to speak. It's tough to introduce a new science to people, especially when it's never substantiated by the media, nor will it be. So I have to work on the grassroots level to introduce this to small groups of people, and eventually it's going to take off.
Yeah. And that's still developing, correct?
Yeah, that's still developing. Even though we have on my website test results after test results of people, in their words, not my words, saying that they no longer have a disease. Okay, people who affirm that they feel great, or that they've experienced some type of quantum health benefit. Thousands of testimonies, okay, from people around the world. That in and of itself is the beginning body of evidence, but it takes time for people to acknowledge that. It's a process. It's a process.
Yeah. Brother, I feel you. I mean, I've only been doing this a year, and I'm still waiting for 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. It takes time.
It does. It
has to be attractive to people, and they have to see the benefits.
Yeah. And once you gain traction and start to get that momentum going, once you have that momentum, then it'll never stop.
Yeah, it's easy.
It's gone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, so keep me in prayer.
I will, and I'll do my best to help you out. That's what I do. I help all my guests out. I help publish their works. I help get the word out and stuff like that. And again, for those who are listening tonight, and or watching, you can go to the website. yeah. Go to the website scalarlight.com and you can get 15 days of free Scalar Light sessions for all of our audience this evening, or maybe later on. Come on, we need more people. We need to get. Let's build this wall and let's get the road going. So, let's see. I'm gonna try to get some of my notes here. Let's see.
I'll give the audience a for instance. There was an inventor by the name of Grebennikov, and he was working with scalar energy instruments, and he was able to levitate. So scalar energy, scalar light allows levitation. It negates gravity. And Grebennikov demonstrated anti-gravity instruments, anti-gravity platforms. Well, that's one of the benefits of scalar energy, to overcome gravity.
Yeah.
And I've lectured about that in the past, and I simply present it to the audience. I'll present it to your audience. Why not use anti-gravity today? It's safe. It's the easy way to transport. You can't have an accident if you don't have gravity. So an anti-gravity platform cannot crash. Think about that. Think about that. And it's been done. Viktor Grebennikov, there's photographs of him hovering on this anti-gravity platform. Well, we concur that gravity is caused by scalar energy. To negate gravity, in some way to relax gravity, you have anti-gravity. And Grebennikov achieved that, and he demonstrated effortless motion, effortless transportation, effortless flight by way of scalar energy anti-gravity platforms. Okay. The point is, we use technology to abet mankind. Why are we not using that? Why? Why do we suffer? Why do we go on these congested highways that are dangerous? Why not just travel by anti-gravity?
Yeah, because none of the vehicles that actually run into each other, because they're going to repel.
Exactly. You need gravity to have a crash. You need gravity to have an accident. You cannot have a crash, an accident. You cannot have a collision in anti-gravity.
Unless you shut the system off.
Yeah, and then you go back to gravity, and then you can have a crash.
Makes you think that that's what some of these, the real UFOs, through our past was operated on, or how they operated. Yeah, man.
Take a deep breath. This is where we're going. This technology is going to change the course of history.
And we're right on the precipice.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. You can't hold back now. There's just too much evidence. They tried to suppress Tesla 100 years ago, the Illuminati. They were successful. They can't suppress us anymore.
Wow.
Yep.
What has been the through your research and working with your clients, what's been the most miraculous of situations?
And note my comment, and I give all the glory to God. It's easy to pinpoint a virus, say the HIV virus, and to eradicate it. What's considered to be incurable, HIV or hepatitis or herpes or some of these, even Ebola. I've worked with people who've had Ebola.
Wow.
It's easy to negate the molecular bonds of HIV, herpes, or Ebola. Okay? It's easy. And when I see how simple and straightforward this is, and the results of people who've given us their testimony, then I say to myself, the world needs to know this. Mankind needs to know this.
Absolutely. Man. Yeah. There's a lot of information. To be honest with you, if we didn't have 30 minutes, I'd go 30 hours.
Well, have me back. I just want to introduce this to your audience tonight.
Yeah.
And there's a lot here. Obviously, 30 hours is perhaps sufficient to speak about this, not 30 minutes. I get that.
Yeah. Now, as far as a takeaway for our audience, and again, anybody who's watching tonight, a 15-minute session of scalar energy for our audience tonight, just go to the website scalarlightenergy.com, and what do? Sign up, put in their email.
You put in their email and just submit your photograph. Remember, we only work with your photograph. There's no cost to you, and this is simple. You don't have to make any special provision. And
it's right here up on the very top right-hand side. Just go click on that, 15-day free trial, and Tom will get you all squared away. Yeah. So, what is the biggest takeaway that I want our audience to know?
I want everybody to realize scalar energy is not obscure. It's not an esoteric principle. It's the energy of the cosmos, and it's the energy that allows us to think. And it's the energy that actually gives us a heartbeat. Our DNA is composed of scalar energy. Scalar energy is a double helix, and our DNA is a double helix. So this is the life action, the life force. We are composed of scalar energy. This is not an esoteric principle. All of us are animated by scalar energy. Now we just have to define our terms and accept it.
Yes, the energetic soup that binds us all, that creates the universe, that is.
Yes. Including us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is not foreign. It's right here. We're scalar energy beings.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Maybe we can get into some of the stuff that we couldn't otherwise talk. If there's anything that you want to talk about that we can't do on YouTube, we got the Rumble channel. It's uncensored.
Okay. Okay. Well,
that way we can ease into certain stuff.
Yeah. I think we were good boys tonight, so I don't think we should be censored by anybody. Everything I said is true and accurate.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I appreciate that notion.
You're very, very, very welcome. Everybody, again, for those who are listening tonight or watching tonight, maybe even into the morning and stuff, go to scalarlight.com, and you can get a 15-day free Scalar Light session. I might actually try that. Heck yeah.
Why not? It's painless. Yeah. It's simple. Just your photograph.
Yeah. Is there there's a questionnaire or something like
no.
You want to?
No, there's no questionnaire. I don't bother with that, because this is not medical science. This is a new science, and I let the people, if they want to submit a testimony after the 15 days, they can do so. But we have to start from afresh. This is not a medical questionnaire. This is not. I don't want to know any of your personal information. It's none of my business.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, Tom, it's been a pleasure, my friend. You. And
let's do it again.
Keep me posted, and anything new coming up and stuff. Just keep me posted, and we'll do some throw some more information out there. I'm definitely willing to, with this type of technology, and this is right up my alley. This is, with electronics and electrical and metaphysics and all kinds of stuff, man. This stuff is awesome, and we need to harness this and get this out there. Absolutely.
Thanks for your time.
You are very welcome, Tom. You have a wonderful night. Thank you, everybody, for watching Conscious Radio Networks. And until then, you all have a good night. I'll see you next week.